Next is an Intel document, and I'll read it as it is. The 2018 California fires, or Operation Paradise Falls, were a false flag attack in California, ostensibly a covert action to test battlefield geoengineering techniques, and the operation also obliterated press coverage of the centenary of the World War I armistice on 11/11/18 with the complete destruction of the city of Paradise, California. The Northern California operations are believed to have been ran out of Beale Air Force Base, and the Southern California operations are believed to have been coordinated at Naval Air Force Station Point Mugu. In 2001, rolling blackouts caused by market manipulation by the California Independent Systems Operator caused California to float billions in revenue bonds to Enron. So you all know what that was. That was going on around September the 11th, was it not? And this resulted in a $15 to $20 surcharge on the electricity bill of every Californian since. In 2019, this charge was set to expire due to insurance and similar expenses charged to the state's two largest investor-owned utilities, Pacific Gas and Electric and Southern California Edison. Those fires effectively replaced the surcharge. Phase 1 of Paradise Falls took place on October 9, 2017, with the Tubbs Fire in North Bay communities of Santa Rosa and Napa, California. Investigating the fires, especially the Tubbs Fire, was Petaluma fire investigator John Lord, and immediately the non-standard burn patterns of the blazes jumped out. Local fire districts had never seen such simultaneous fires burn out, and they could not explain the spread or ferocity. Now, local media reported the fires were caused by, quote, Diablo winds, akin to the Santa Ana winds. Now, a review of newspapers.com articles scanned over the course of a century showed this term was never available until 2007 and was made up. Geographically, there is no location with high desert and high pressure conditions that could create a phenomenon similar to that experienced in Southern California. In 2008, the civil grand jury of Butte County stated insufficient emergency routes existed in the city of Paradise, California, and the city sits in a granite canyon of the Upper Sierra Nevada. The risk is not so much fires as much as it is from eventual eruption of Mount Lassen, it is said. Now, in 1915, the volcano sent tremendous amounts of ash down the canyon in which the city is located. And in the weeks prior to the Paradise Fire, numerous Los Angeles Times reporters were observed in the city photographing buildings. Also, a white powder started to appear over roofs, according to some residents. In the years prior, a number of individuals had also moved to Paradise, California, who did not seem to work in the local community. The Hill Fire forced the evacuation of a classified radar station at Point Mugu simultaneous to the outbreaks of the fire. A radar anomaly was observed by the University of Wisconsin. One of the locals, Jane Tanday, observed military preparation in the area for months in advance of the Hill fire. Moreover, the Hill fire broke out at the location of a major local landmark named Paradise Falls in Wildwood Park between Camarillo and 1000 Oaks. Covert, California speculated the borderline shooting on 11/7 was a way to close the main artery US 101 in advance of setting the fire. Now, one aspect to the fires was the normalization of urban facial masks. Oh dear. A trend created and inflamed by the local media. And it is speculated that this was to normalize the wearing of masks in public for intelligence agency instigated protests around the world, and may have been sold to the intelligence community as a means of testing civilian resources for the distribution of nuclear fallout masks. So this was an exercise about masks 3 years ago. Covert, California noted surveillance activity outside the Twitter headquarters in San Francisco, such as clipboard commandos taking tallies of individuals walking down Market Street wearing facial masks. Each event in the greater fire season corresponded to an event in an exhibition at the San Francisco Arts Commission called Fahrenheit 10,000. Live event replicating simulated event. For example, the day after the gubernatorial election involving Gavin Newsom again, the exhibition featured young sun wildfires. Advertisements for this, as well as the film Bumblebee, featuring people wearing facial masks by the Golden Gate Bridge, appeared all over San Francisco during the height of the fires in November 2018. Now, California and Vermont are unique amongst United States in that both were neither annexed nor were federal territories prior to statehood. California is a conditional state under the admission of California to the Union Act of 1850. If its constitution is suspended, the federal constitution is suspended and the state reverts to its pre-1850 status, which was a military district similar to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Now, during the fires, Gavin Newsom signed several proclamations as acting governor of California. Acting governor of California. But there was no constitutional basis for him to hold such a position. And for this reason, many have speculated that the state constitution was suspended in order to make the torching of a Californian city by the US Navy technically legal. In 2020, PG&E pleaded guilty on 84 counts of involuntary manslaughter for the 2018 Northern California fire and acknowledged that it neglected its equipment that set off the fire, which destroyed most of the Northern California town of Paradise in 2018. PG&E, of course, is run by the Rothschilds. You've just been shot down in flames.